If you are wondering why I started all over again, it's because I died. But hey, I am not giving up. So the idea that I had was, instead of recording me dying over and over again for the 1 millionth time now, I will just make enough progress and then start recording so I can make actual video. At first I was recording everything, but after like 2 hours of me dying over and over again on tape, I decided to stop recording because I do not have that much free space. So after like another 50 attempts, I finally got a decent run. I know that I should have been taking screenshots from the beginning, but that idea never occurred to me until later in the game, so I do apologize. But yeah, this is what happened until now. Enjoy! So I used a fishing rod to yank the tower golem from the top of tower and got the loot from the top. Then I quickly went back down as those flying creatures just will not leave me alone. As I was sorting my inventory, a message in chat appeared and it said that the golem has died and the tower will start collapsing soon. No idea how he died. But anyway, watching the tower wobble down, I noticed items falling, so I went in and investigated. And what happened was basically all of the chests got destroyed, apart from the 2 lower ones. And there was so much loot, like 1.5 chests worth. Ended the day with a nice view of the sun. Shortly after waking up, I found 2 very unsatisfied armor stands, just trying to end it. I put them out their misery. Then I found a wolf, named him Hank. Such a cool dog, so cool, in fact, that I only needed 1 bone to tame him. So me and my newly acquired companion went on. Quickly ran into a dragon taking a shit. We had to turn around because we valued his privacy. But then again, we ran into another dragon. Of course. That flying dickhead hunted me until I ended up in the middle of a very cold forest and I was about to die from hypothermia. But then my 5-digit IQ kicked in and I made a furnace. Put my planks as fuel and my logs as product that's being cooked. Just to find out that the furnace was not enough to warm me up, had to quickly whip out the wool I had in my backpack and make some wool armor. And it worked. So I packed my shit up and started walking. But I'm not even fucking kidding. But literally 10 blocks away from where I was crafting wool armor, I found a fucking campfire. How did I not see this? Nah, I have no idea. Then came across this very old looking house. Had intentions to loot it, but it was getting dark, so I did not. Then I ran into the snow village with a battle tower next to it, made Hank sit down outside as he just would not get into my humble shack for some reason. Some good loot at the battle tower, as usual, and even found some iron wolf armor for Hank. Also made a summoning staff. That I could not actually use. Upon waking up, I saw these fancy lights in the sky, which is cool. I like free entertainment. Ended up watching them for a bit, made a bronze shield, because why not. Then I packed my stuff and went to get Hank. However, he was dead. See, this entire time the fucking golem just would not stop shooting his stupid balls, and I think that was Hank's demise. R.I.P. Hank. Still in a very bad mood, I ventured on, but I felt empty inside. Hank was not by my side, nor was anyone else. I started looking for some company, and I saw this outpost. I of course went inside to find this mysterious dirt goblin. I went closer as I wanted to help him, but he was not the same man without the dirt. So he just kinda ended it. Then one of the guards followed him suit. I don't understand. What the blend is this fire cascading squad that I stumbled upon? A bit extreme. And when I tried to sleep, I got a message saying that Blood Moon arrived, so I could not. Had to wait out the long night while constantly fighting off zombies and some other creatures I'd never seen before. But hey, I got a lot of XP. More fancy sky decoration, cold demon suffocating, face-to-face interaction with the cold evil demon creature thing. My superior intellect took him out, and the blood moon went away. Another dragon. Who could have guessed? More battle tower, big loot as always, but the background, the following events are a bit crazy. I quickly grabbed the loot, no problem, done that a trillion times at this point, but then like 2 or 3 DJ ints attacked, so I had to kill, and one of those fancy chaotic mobs spawned, and I had to shield to not die from it. And then more DJ ints attacked and got me real high up. So while I was levitating, I thought, hey, I'll just try to land on the tree over there. It is not that far. Unfortunately, I overestimated the amount of levitation effect that I had, and so I fell. That was the entire battle tower and a few levitation attacks. I started falling, and I missed the tree by 1 block. 1 block! And when I did, I was like, well, I'm dead. Closed my eyes in complete disappointment, ready to accept my death. I touched the ground, and this video has been brought to you by the subscribe button. It does a lot of things. Press it to find out what it does. Word on the street that it brings 20,000 years of good luck. Yes. Disclaimer, these claims have not been scientifically proven. Lol. Anyway, back to the video. Where was I? Oh yeah, I touched the ground and boom. I did not die. I was still in a shock. I could not run since both of my legs and feet were on their way out. So as I slowly waddle my way towards my temporary camp, just on a hill next to the battle tower, I used all of my bandages I had, and I was like, holy fucking shit. If it was not for the 2 resistance rings I had, and the extra absorption I got from the golden apple, the run would actually be over. But it's not. Hehe. Suck it. And like the funny thing is, you see that empty water bucket in my 3rd slot? Yeah, just before going up there, I grabbed some water, but of course it glitched, so I did not actually grab any. So after convincing myself that I actually never needed it before, and I have raided so many battle towers that I will just not need it. Yeah, funnily enough, this was the time that it could have been so helpful and potentially save me. So that was a big ol' fuck you to my face. With love, game. But yeah, then I went back up there because I wanted XP, and the original idea was just to grab XP tomes or XP bottles from chests, but I somehow ended up farming XP from the zombies. I do not know what went wrong, but there were so many of them. On top of that, there was 2 blight zombies mixed in that festive fuckfest of zombies. I killed both of them, and they dropped enough heart shards to make 1 heart container. That was cool. Also some special zombie dropped in their queen's crown, also pretty cool. Yeah, this by far was the best loot I had got from any battle tower, no doubt. So after the terrifying encounter with army of DJs, I decided to make some expensive arrows of the diamond. And then I took off. I really did not take any screenshots for like at least an hour because there was literally nothing happening. Then I found this massive windmill type base. And yeah, there was tons of XP. I terrorized a few villagers that lived and worked there and took all the wheat I could, and ended up having enough XP to be able to equip diamond armor and diamond sword. Overall, very good place. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Ah yes, and bow. Very nice bow. Then I saw a ship relatively close to the shore, so I decided to loot it. It was good. Got balloon of red color, although I did almost drown. Found this discount bootleg piece of shit castle. Only went there for a few XP orbs from the wheat, because I know that this castle holds no weight when it comes to loot. For some goddamn reason I went into the ocean to be soonly greeted by a massive sea serpent. Although I did have to board the ship onto this island because now there was 2 massive sea serpents. Then I did a casual yank the golem out the tower maneuver. Very effective. More loot. So after a lot of ocean travel, I was around like 3 or 4 sea serpents of all sizes and colors, and I knew I had to get onto land quick. So I did, and this is where I ended up. Welcome to island number 1. I was fucking terrified. Didn't know what to do, but I thought fuck it, and started shooting the bitch. It took a lot of shots to take down, but I eventually killed them. 15 blue sea serpent scales. This was also the very first time I killed a sea serpent, but then I went out into the sea, again, just to of course see more sea serpents. I saw that one of them was definitely coming for me, so I pulled a quick Tokyo drift behind the ship and escaped it. Found this amazing looking island, so I went in, found Jesus himself, golden apples, enchanted golden apples, sunset, sea serpent, island number 2. This was also a historically significant island because I saw a brown sea serpent hunting a few sheep on the hill over there. Of course, him being an intellectually inferior organism, he got stuck on the island, so I took out my gun. We made eye contact. About 25.5 hours later, loot. I was getting well stacked by now. Found this dragon den. So as any other smart person would do, I took out my gun and started shooting it. Quickly ran out of arrows, lit out the crafting table and made some more. made a predecessor to the iron bow. Poor thing did not see this one coming. So I do not know what actually happened, but it started to lift off and started terrorizing the nearby area, which is where we are now.